What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is your review for Ready to Love Season 8 Reunion Part 2. My hair is just doing what it wants to do, honey. But, listen. I think we all can agree that this season was just not good. I don't know the answer. Actually, I know part of the answer. I feel like I feel like at this point they're overproducing. I get it. You have to create storylines that people want to watch. You have to create conflict and drama because we, the viewers, want to see something, right? If everybody's getting along, we think it's boring. If they're fighting too much, we're like, oh, that's just too much. So they have to find a happy medium. However, one, there just weren't any real connections on this cast. And so as a result, I feel like they had to create and drum up drama. Now, I think Janelle made it easy for them to edit her as the bad girl, the mean girl, whatever you want to call it, because she did stuff. Clearly, she did stuff on camera and off camera because everybody don't dislike you for no reason, Janelle. And I'm sorry, I just don't believe that. Now, I could be wrong. But I just can't believe that a group of, how many of them was it? 18, 15 people, that 12 out of the 15 people seem to have an issue with you. Everybody ain't lying. That's just my opinion. So we start off the episode with the whole thing between her and what's the baby girl, Tequila. Look, they don't like each other. Tequila was doing a lot because I still don't like the way Tequila came at Phil because I thought that was unnecessary. But Tequila, I'm gonna need you to learn how to use your words. Like, I get it. People make you mad, make you angry, but we just can't live in that space where somebody makes us mad and it's okay for us to want to physically attack her. Like, we're too old for that. I get it though. You were frustrated, you were mad, and Janelle was being very condescending and blowing you off, and you just wanted to rah. So then we have Janelle, Kat, Marie, and Quentin. And again, we're talking about what happened down to the house, and Kat was trying to explain that it wasn't so much what Janelle said, it is the way that Janelle says things. It's the way that Janelle talks and the way that Janelle says things. Now, granted, Tommy brought up the fact that Kat was the one that called Janelle out her name first, and Kat was like, yeah, I did, but she didn't say no but. She was like, I did, but I feel like everything she said up until that point, because again, it goes back to something I said when we were talking about the Real Housewives of New York. You can be right about something, but the way you choose to handle it, you lose the high ground. And in that situation, Kat, you lost the high ground the minute Tommy threw at you, but you called her out her name first. You sort of lost the high ground. Not for me, because I understood, but I think in the grand scheme of things, Kat tried to say that, you know, Janelle made the whole situation uncomfortable, even to the point where it made Quentin uncomfortable to even talk to other people. And Quentin was like, no, she didn't. She didn't make me uncomfortable. I didn't feel uncomfortable trying to talk to other people. No, she didn't. Okay. Again, later on, we saw Lee, and Lee said the same thing, that Janelle made it very uncomfortable for Quentin to interact with anybody else in that house. She would make little comments, she would mumble under her breath, she would say little things, and of course, again, Quentin was like, no, she didn't. She didn't make it uncomfortable. I didn't talk to people because I didn't want to talk to people. I mean, this is who my connection was, and I just didn't want to talk to anybody else. Child, whatever. Again, everybody's not lying, right? Quentin, maybe you didn't feel uncomfortable, but what I think the ladies were saying was that Janelle created an environment where people felt uncomfortable trying to engage you. Janelle was like, I didn't do anything. Baby, did I do anything to make you uncomfortable? No, you didn't make me uncomfortable. Again, everybody not lying. That's all I can keep going back to. Everybody not lying. Then we had, I don't know what order we went in, but let's just say it was Chris, and because I don't think that was next. But let me just say, because we're just going to talk about what happened. We had the whole Chris situation with Jessica, listen, Chris, you were wrong. Period. You called that woman combative. They rolled the beautiful bean footage. And what we're not going to do is play word games. I never said she was combative. I said we had a combative situation. Sir, they rolled back the footage. Like, in that moment, just stand in it and be like, you know what? I did say it, but the men agree with me. Or the men did feel the way I felt. Or the men had experiences as well. Like, if you wanted to make it seem like it wasn't all on you. But at the end of the day, you called that woman combative. Now, why it bothered her, that ain't my business. I ain't about to sit here and debate about it. I'm not going to talk about the plight of the black woman. I'm not doing all of that. But she was offended by it. And at that moment, all you had to say was, that was my experience with you. I didn't mean to offend you on a personal level, but my experience with you was ... Because I do feel like you were upfront with her and you explained to her how you felt. Now, as far as the elimination, I still feel like we got a chopped and screwed version of that conversation, but I still feel like you were out of line in the way you spoke to her. You did apologize. I don't know if she received it, but she don't have to. See, that's the thing about apologies. You give the apology, but I don't have to receive it. I don't have to accept it, and I don't have to forgive you, right? So you give the apology because you truly feel like you were wrong. I don't think that Chris feels like he was wrong. I feel like he apologized because Tommy sort of prompted him to apologize, but I don't feel like Chris feels no kind of way about what he said. I just don't feel like that. And again, you don't have to. You said it, you meant it, stand in it. But I feel like the way you spoke to her was unnecessary. Again, I do feel like that conversation was chopped and screwed, but I still feel like you was out of pocket. I feel like Tommy was over this, over them, and over it. Because if I had to hear, we can just agree to disagree one more time. Because there was no resolution. There was no conflict resolution. They did show us footage of the people going backstage and sort of talking to each other and maybe trying to resolve their issues or whatever. But ultimately, I just feel like nothing was resolved. Okay? And if I had to hear, well, we'll just have to agree to disagree one more time. I don't have no problem with agreeing to disagree, but I just feel like that was the end of every segment. We just gonna agree to disagree. We just gonna agree to disagree. So then we had Mariah and was her name Kendra, the cheerleader? I know it started with a K. And the whole blacker than black situation. Now again, it's kind of hard for me to take your side in this situation, Miss Cheerleader, when you was still standing in what you said about Quentin dating white women. First of all, if that's that man's preference, then that's that man's preference. But I don't think he would be on Ready to Love if his preference was white women. I don't think he was that desperate for attention, but maybe he was. I don't know. But when Tommy asked you about it and your response was, well, he's from Florida. Girl, what? Well, maybe, and then she said, well, maybe I should have said Latino. Maybe that would have been better. No, that wouldn't have been better. Girl, you would not have helped yourself at all by saying, well, maybe Latino. Girl. Now, the Mariah situation, Mariah said that he just didn't think that they would mesh because of how, not because he's very pro-black, but because he's very, like, Hotep pro-black, like Dr. Umar pro-black. And if you don't know who Dr. Umar is, you're just going to have to Google him. I can see where Mariah, a.k.a. Umar, would feel like she would not mesh in his world. And I could respect that he said, listen. But the one thing I do agree is Tommy said, we are not a monolith. And she was like, look, I'm black. Like, I'm black. I may, you guys may not, I may not meet your test, your black test, but I am black. And at the end of the day, we've got to stop doing that to each other. We have got to stop putting, stipulations on black and what that looks like, because it doesn't look the same for everybody. But anyway, I'm not doing that. I'm not going down that road. But anyway, blackity black. Okay. Then we have Aries and Phil. Now Aries and Phil, they still dating, child. But Aries said that she did feel some kind of way because she tried to explain the whole Phil thing. But honestly, I feel like what they said on the show is what she's still saying. That I think her heart is really feeling him. I think she likes him, but her mind is saying, "Girl, you need something different. You need something more stable. You need something like you need something different than what this man is offering." And Phil still feels some kind of way about it. So, but I think they genuinely do like each other, which is because why they're still sort of dating. Um, I feel like that's it. Janelle and Q are the only couple that's still together, even though now Q went live and said they ain't together no more. So, surprise! That's all I have, y'all. I really, I was. That's all I got. With that being said, I'll see y'all next season. I hope that the second Dallas group is better than the first Dallas group. And Ready to Love production team, y'all gotta do better. I know that season is probably already done and ready to go, but I need y'all to do better because this season was just not good. Anyway, let me know what you think. Talk to y'all later. Peace.